Wash my goddamn face. I don't want to look all slouchy like a bitch. I don't care about their looks. Hey, Jill, I'm at least here for a blunt. And then I'm going to get my ass off this bitch. Mayhem. Shit. You just did that and brush your teeth? Yeah, girl, I'm finna not run and get in here and wash your dying face out. Get my life in order. You was waiting on me. Uh-oh. Well, light up. I know you want to smoke. Pie holes. Shit. Child. Today is third. I'm gonna say, what the fuck? But I forgot I moved that curtain over. Where am I going? Nowhere. Into this bed is what I am gonna do. I gotta be up at the crack of ass in the morning, bitch. I need to be in San Diego. I need to be up in the morning. Out of here. I need to go. No wrong. And I should have did that shit today. But I gotta go to the beauty supply, get some hair. And then I had to go buy my nephew something because his birthday was yesterday. So I need to buy him at least a toy, a couple of shirts, give him some coins. And then I got to come back home to go to work Friday night. Merry Christmas, yeah. I called him. He haven't called me back yet. He said he's gonna call me back. So either he'll call me back tonight or in the morning. But I'm gonna ask him to please come get this shit up out of here. He told me he'd do it before, but I really want it up out of here. Now, Ron, have you ever had nachos and ranch? No, I never had that. I eat the Cool Ranch Doritos, but I ain't never used no dipping sauce. Happy December, yes, but rent is due today. We have until the 3rd. You better pay that rent before you get late charge. Pay that rent. Okay? What I did a trans, sure would. A trans man or woman. I was in I was talking to someone who in the midst of us talking and really about to get into a relationship, they started they started transforming transitioning, into being trans. And I had asked him, them, now her. Whatever you do, I can't handle you hoeing and I can't handle you on drugs. You don't have to. You have a job. You know, your job is accepting of who you are, so I know you hanging out with a certain crowd and I know what they do, which is cool for them. But if we're going to try to make something out of it, I can't do it. And they're like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that, yada, 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 this and that. Well, it wasn't even a good month and a half before everything I had said. Now, mind you, we had took the bus up to um, San Francisco to get hormone pills and shit, all type of shit. Called the Greyhound up there, all type of stuff. But, hanging around with the crowd they hung out with, eventually they started doing drugs and they started hoeing because they see fast money. And lost their good little job and, oh, Lord, just a mess. And now they just a mess. They walking around like this because they ain't got no teeth from here all the way to the bag. And I haven't seen her now in maybe 8 years, maybe 10 years or so. Yep. And we used to always say, "You gonna be a girl. You a girl." No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You a girl. And lo and behold, now Rhonda said, "Yeah, it was sad though. I was hurt, because I'm like, they didn't have to go that route. They had a good, life, good job. Everything was going good for them. But hanging around the wrong crowd, could fuck you over. You get sucked into shit. You gotta have willpower. And they didn't have willpower inside to live. Yep. Then got in trouble for hoeing. It was just like a spiral downhill with that situation. But yep, I'm not I really don't have discrimination on I don't have discrimination when it comes to love. I like what I like. If I like it, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up loving it. You know. If I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. I don't have a taste like in a certain type of person I like. I don't have that. And I see a lot that I like. I like what I like. You been drinking wine, so you might be a little drunk. Ah, thank you, Jam. Oh, fuck. So, yep, that's about it. Sad story. Sad story. Broke my little heart. More broke my heart because I knew they didn't have. I knew what was about to happen. My heart wasn't broken because we didn't work out. Kind of, like, oh, but I can't do it. I think that's the one thing that'll cut me off, and it's so sad because I know a lot of very attractive people, male and female, and that's the one thing that they do that I could not deal. Drugs. I cannot do cokeheads. I can't do meth heads. I can't do nothing to the crack. I cannot. Well, shit, nothing no shade. You still should be sick with Rona. You just had Rona earlier today. I know it ain't went away that fast. Low self-esteem, being in college. Um, if you sit your ass, if you stand up against a tree, and if you sit there and look at everybody else, nobody's paying attention to you. Because everybody in their own shit. So that means don't worry about nothing else. Just be in your own shit. Because if you look at everybody else walking, they laughing, they talking, they texting, they on the phone, they dancing, they singing, they stepping. And if you just on a tree not doing nothing but watching, nobody is watching you. So you just have to go in there and just have your own self-esteem and say, I am who I am and this is it. Because everybody else is doing it, so why don't you? You really, at the end of the day, you really don't have to give a shit. Just get your confidence in yourself, and you have to find the love in yourself and accept yourself, and then get out in there, because ain't nobody paying attention to you. And if they are, you got a mouth, tell them, kiss my ass. Shit. Better yet, thank you for looking at me. I appreciate you for spending your time on me. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work. You're doing excellent. You're so involved over here. Make them look stupid. Because then they think, I am wasting a lot of time on this person. Yes, you are. For you not to like them or care about them or so judgmental of them, you wasting a lot of time on that person, sweetheart. You just letting your life go away on somebody. Dummy. The fuck? So that's what you got to do, sweetheart. Yeah, everybody pretty much feeling the same thing in college. Same like high school and shit. Nerves be bad. Why is it so hard to find a boyfriend these days? Because one of the reasons I feel is because we have these apps. And these apps are, we can fucking 5 minutes. You know, you get on there, if it's something they like, everybody gonna hit you up. Then you go right over there. And it's nobody who's trying to meet, they just trying to hook up. You know, and it's just fucked up the whole dating world. Because now it's everybody is right there. The person that you can have the biggest crush on is right there in your reach. You know what I mean? Psychos is right there in your reach. It's them apps that fucked up everything. And then it just kept going. Then it just turned into nobody want to date or nobody know how to be faithful because they've been playing swords with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's what happened to the relationships. Because even for when I came out to like the early 2000s, there was a lot more going to the club, getting phone numbers, meeting people. Now it's like, bitch, you be riding your phone. You even got to talk to the person in the club. Y'all could be riding the phone, setting it up. Yep, come on over, play swords. I got to go to work in the morning. You can stay till the morning. Yeah, that's what happened. They want to see news. Baby, I don't have news. All my news is in person. I don't send over no news. I'm not sending over shit. All my shit is in person. And if you can't wait to see what you gonna get when you get here, well then you ain't the one for me, sweetheart. It's a mess. And then you got the guys that you may be attracted to. Then they into the guys who look like them. They looking for they goddamn stunt double. You know, it's like, well, good evening. And like how you know someone is not the one for you if you really don't go out. You know, you got sometimes you have to just go out with a person just to see what it's like. Not even to be in a romance, but just to go out and get to know them as a person. That's why when people ask me out, I go. Bitch, for one, I ain't finna turn down no free chew. And I'm going. Where we going? All right, I'll meet you there. I'm gonna give me a free meal. They don't want to have a conversation. They want to know two things: top, bottle, water clean, what size. Then they say, "Do you do meth?" No, what is that, Tina? What is Tina? And I ain't talking about Turner. Whatever that is, whatever go in your nose and you go through the glass pipe. They ask you, "Do you do one of those?" And as soon as you say no, they like, "No," or they block you. I hear all the stories, but baby, as soon as somebody tell me they own that shit, I ain't. No. Go get that brown cigarette. Cause it's going down, baby. I'm off tonight. I changed my shower curtain, the lining thing, the clear plastic one, because I got some dye on the bottom of no running. I got some dye on the end of my other one, and it won't come out, and it just irritate my skin. So I just wiped that bitch. I just snatched that bitch off and put a new one up there, and I had an extra one anyway. Yeah, I'm off tonight, Jug. I got shit to do though. I gotta pack my bag. I really don't. Well, I do need to pack my bag for tomorrow night because I'm gonna be in San Diego at least by 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting up at 6, and I want to be out of here no later than 6:15. God, dog. Ooh. I got plans and goals and goals and plans. And I was going to be smart and go down there tonight. But I'm like, fuck that. Who's steady at the liquor store buying singles? Buying singles or what? What you talking about? Yeah, they do look for their stunt doubles. You just got a shower curtain from Target and it stained your white tub. Ooh. Um, yeah, then you going over somebody's house. You don't know if they got cameras and shit. It's a mess. I'm terrified. I don't want to do it. I'm so scared. I'm scared to let people know where I live because they may be psycho. I already went through a damn stalker situation before. No running. And then going over somebody else's house and they may have cameras up. You just like, But what really did it for me, and this is years ago, um, because I wouldn't go over nobody's house at night. That was never going to happen. But I remember my friend went over somebody's house one night, met him on Men for Now, or one of those, BGC. It was one of them two that was popping. And I remember that bitch said they was going to go hook up with a guy, whatever. They gonna either come home in the morning, come home later on tonight. But we knew it was gonna be the morning because it was already late. So we had information and stuff like that. However, after him and the guy knocked boots and he laying in the bed, it's dark. Um, he walked out. The guy did. But then he like a couple of maybe a minute or two so he walked back in. When he walked back in and got in the bed and started rubbing on my friend again and trying to get the mojo going, it was a different touch. It was a different smell. It was a different body texture. So after the guy he went to go meet, after they done screwed, he done let his friends sneak in there and then they started, the friends started messing with my friend, but my friend said he went ahead and did it anyway. He was like, I knew it wasn't the same person. He was like, but I was like, fuck it. I said, bitch, I would have jumped the fuck up swinging lamps. I would have jumped the fuck up swinging on lamps. But he was like, bitch, I thought it was hot. Bitch, I don't think it's hot. But hey, everybody got a fantasy. But that would have been my fantasy. I said, what? When he was telling us a story, we was floored. Bitch, I know you lying. He said, he said it was a different, he said everything was different. The body smell, the touch, the feel, everything was different. He said, I knew it wasn't him. He said, I just went ahead and went along with it. I said, woohoo, you better than me. You way better than me. Because I would have grabbed anything that was on a nightstand, anything, I would have grabbed that and started wailing on somebody. When he told us that, I was so floored and terrified. I'm thinking, I don't know how I would have handled that. I know I would have, baby, you got me fucked up. But he thought it was hot. We was like, no, that is not hot. But hey, that's what you into. And then eventually, after it was done, I mean, everybody was in the bed together. I said, well, see, I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that. But, it's very crazy on there. I remember back in them days, because I got into like the internet stuff and all the sites. I got into all that stuff very late in the game. When Men for Now and BGC, I got into that stuff like maybe 3 5 years after it was popping. So everything was new to me. I didn't know shit about none of that. But when I went to the college and I was going to the college over there, and I was stayed in the dorms, and just when I learned about all of the different things. And people used to get their ass whooped back then. They got robbed, they got fucked, they got robbed, they got killed. Everything that's happening now, we hear about different things happening on sites. All that shit was happening back then. And I was in Long Beach, and they was whooping their asses. Some of them was getting their asses whooped too, because they was trying the wrong ones. But it was a lot of crime, I guess, going on with the apps. So I knew, baby, if I'm trying to play swords, the last thing I'm trying to do is be fighting with your ass. Or you robbing me, you and all your friends coming over. It's a lie. I can't do all that. I knew I was too small to be getting myself set up, and people coming up, letting us know what happened. We see the bruises. Bitch, did you run into a wall or did they throw you into the wall? What happened? Then they said, oh, I'm hooked up with this guy on such and such, and when I walked in the door, there was some other guys there, and they jumped on me and threw me out. What, bitch, what? See, I ain't into all that. I'm very old school. I met all my men at the club. If I don't find you in the club, guess what? I don't even have none of them apps. Because there's too much gay bashing. Yep. Shit. And you going over somebody's house, you don't know them, you nervous. I'm pretty sure they kind of nervous too. Bitch, I ain't gonna go through this. My nerves too bad. And you're not getting my address. And that was another thing. Baby, I need my peace. And I already went through a stalker situation before. So I don't want to, that right there alone is like, I can't handle that. This man at the club, he liked the girls. Whether you in drag, a tranny, a transsexual, he didn't give a fuck what you was. If you had on some hair, that man he wanted to talk to you. And the only people I ever really seen this man talk to when we used to go to Peanuts was the trans girls. He didn't talk to, I didn't see him talk to queens, whatever, at the times I was there. Well, we was at the bar, and he bought me a drink and whatnot. We chit-chatted for a second, and I was just sitting there, and it was about to be showtime, and I started walking to the back, and one of the girls was like, girl, you better watch out for him, because, bitch, he a stalker. I'm like, what do you mean he a stalker? She's like, girl, he has stalked me. He followed this person. He followed that person, this and this and that. I'm like, oh, shit. But I'm thinking he don't want me because, y'all girls. I'm not a girl. Like, he knew I was a queen, but baby, please. We went, I think it was, maybe a month or so down the line. We at the club, and we just talking and shit, and somebody mentioned him and the kind of car he drive. And it hit me. Bitch, I be seeing that fucking car. But see, the thing of it was he never seen me out of drag. Every time that man seen me, I have always been in drag. Because then I went to the club in drag, and I came out in drag. So they never see me do a trans, one way or the other. They just always see me in drag. So I have remember being outside, and I remember seeing this car do this like back and forth, and I'm thinking, I don't know who that is, but I never paid any attention to it until we was in the dressing room, and it came up. And I remember Karaja was in the dressing room, and it's a picture of us. I did Tina Turner. me, Viva, Raja, and I can't think of the other girls. But we was in the dressing room and they had mentioned the kind of car he drive. And right then and there, this whole weird feeling just came over me. And I got scared because I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's the car I be seeing up and down my motherfucking street. So at this point, I'm paranoid, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm coming home and shit, making sure I do all type of different ways, just to see if I'm getting followed. One day I'm in the shower and my window faces the street. So I can look to the right and I can see our street. And I just happen to see that car. Bitch, I know you lying. And I was getting out the shower and my friend was coming over anyway. So as I'm getting out the car, I'm getting out the shower, my friend is coming up. So he real big too. And I'm like, bitch. I said, that's man is stalking me. I said, that's the man that be at the club at Peanuts. And he, whatever. My friend was like, what? And my friend got a high-pitched voice. What? That bitch, he's big too. He went down those steps and that man was right here and he was doing a U-turn. And right when my friend got to the driveway part and that man came driving up, he was like, hey, you better not coming back around here. I know who you are. And that man took off. We didn't see that man for a long time. And then when he did come back to the club, he had a girl on his arm. I was like, oh shit. Yep, sure did. And my friend ran down there and said, hey, I know who you are. You better not come back around here no more. And he big too. Just a big old dainty teddy bear. That bitch voice so high pitched. But scared the shit out that little old white man. That man took off. Sure did. Sure did. I said, bitch, you got me fucked up. Sure did. I was floored. And I remember my mom was like, baby, you better go get you a gun. I was like, girl, I ain't gonna get no gun. I said, but I got something for that ass, though. You let a bitch try to walk up on me like that man trying to do Diamond on Players Club, baby, you about to be in for a rude awakening. So I was getting out of my car with a pole. Or some type of stick or something. I went for a long time. But I wanted somebody to walk up and say something to me because I was finna crack their motherfucking skull. Bitch, you got me fucked up. But it never happened again. And then I remember my brother stayed here for he was going to stay here for a couple of weeks. Almost 4 months. You ain't going nowhere. She was like, if he come back, I'm going to beat his ass. I said, boy, sit your ass down somewhere. But he would have beat his ass, though. But he said, I'm going to come over there and stay for 3 weeks. Okay. Shit. He got food. He had weed. His ass could leave and go whenever he wants to and go be a hoe. I said, just don't bring... no, Rona. Don't bring none of your being up in here. Do not let me wake up ever and find out you got a man up in my house. Because it's going to be a rude awakening. And he's like, nah, I always had to meet me at the street like you said, yeah. And then he was like, I don't like people knowing exactly where I'm at. Yeah, I know you don't, hoe. But he stayed over for almost 4 months. Didn't mind at all. You ready to go home? No, I'm good. Went and got some clothes, came right back. Well, good evening. Oh, the good old days. Well, I cooked all the time and shit. We always had weed. So that was never a problem. Shit. Yep. That shit crazy. And I think about it sometimes too. So even now, when I'm coming home, I never come straight home. Oh, baby, please. I don't have a certain route. I go I do certain things to see if I'm getting followed, even before I even get to the street that's gonna take me home. As soon as I see a car behind me, oh baby, I do a whole nother route. Sure do. Now I know if I keep busting these lefts and you keep busting lefts, honey, I don't know where you going, but I know what I'm doing. And what it look like what you doing is following me. So watch how I play this. But yep, it plays. It be in my mind often about that though. And like one night I was in drag and I was coming home. This was like maybe about a year ago, 2 years ago. Like maybe it was before Rona, I believe. But I was just coming home and I was in drag. I worked up the street and I remember parking my car, and I parked it in the driveway where it's the driveway, the sidewalk, and then our other driveway connected to here. So I seen this guy on the corner, and then I seen him like walking down. I did not get out of that car. I stayed my ass right there in my motherfucking car, and I looked, and my windows are tinted. So but he don't even know that I had seen him when I pulled up. Because when I pulled up, I just pulled up and swerved. So he probably don't even think I seen him, but I did see him. And then when I put my car in parked or whatever and turned it off, um, I looked and I could see him looking in my direction, and he started walking down the street. And then I just stayed in the car, and then I went to go start it back up, and then he just kept walking down the street. But I said, "Oh no, ma'am." It was creepy to me. It was straight up creepy. Like, ooh, this don't feel right. You know, I just had one of them feelings like this don't feel right. And by me being in drag and driving down the street, and the street lights hit you a little bit, all he could see is a woman because he see makeup and hair. He not really getting like, ooh, that's a lot of makeup because it's just like a. So I don't know, but he just kept walking down the street though. And until I see him get to that second stoplight, street light, I got you, huzzy. And I took them heels off, and I put them bitches in my hand where the heel was going that way, and I was ready to swing the fuck out of them hoes. Oh, I'm finna show you, bitch, what a heel could do. They just ain't made for walking. No, they not. Not when I got it in my hand. But now, I have tasers and maces and shit. I did hear something about. I did see they have put up there. She supposed to be on life support. Cookie Tookie. I hope not, but just send her prayers and good vibes and stuff. Yeah, straight up mollywopped. I need to praise the Lord. Yeah, so it's with the whole dating situation, with the app situation, with the hell even going to the clubs. You really have to be careful because people crazy. See, they make these movies on Lifetime and USA for us to watch. And that shit really happened. It happened somewhere. The shit we see people getting stalked and all that shit really fucking happens. And you may not be thinking it can happen to you, but baby, it can, so be careful. People fucking crazy. You may think you're ugly, other people may think you're ugly. But one thing for sure, somebody may think your ass is hot, and bitch, they stalking you. You know what? I haven't heard anything about her in a while. I knew that she hadn't passed or nothing like that, but I just didn't hear nobody even bring her up. This is like the first time I really heard somebody bring her up in a while. Cookie Tookie. I remember we talked on the phone. She was in L.A. and she was a shakanda to me. Girl, got this phone. I hope she's all right though. See, you just never know how life is going to go. You just got to be mindful and try to keep your mind in a safe place, in a safe zone. You know, because you never know. Because we nobody grows up just being whatever. You don't grow up being addicted to stuff. That's something that you just have to start doing, or as you get older or something. You don't grow into that. You're not born into that. Who asked the guy before they met? Did he clean his water? He said, "Good asked to get in person with it." In the crib and saw a lot of. She had to fight for her life to get out. See, it always like that. Yes, she do. She was like, "Miss Jasmine, girl, you want to come up here and shout Laconda and Shamana and yell it?" I was like, "Ooh, girl." She was like, "What's the tea?" Oh God, not Rona. That was a key. Yeah, your girl medicine don't like me, girl. She can't take me, girl. I'm fit, girl. The shaman got coming. Nam show, nam show, nam show. So, uh-oh. That's what she did on the phone. I was dying laughing. Like, this hoe is crazy. Aw, I hope she's doing good. She did. We had just did that pick me up. And she had went in on that phone. This is the girl. She don't like me, girl. She gonna take me, girl. None of these girls can take me, girl. I'm cookie ticky. Asha Kalanda. She had me on the phone laughing. I remember that conversation with her. She was in LA. Aw, oh, she gonna be all right. It's this. I think. No, Rona. Oh Lord. I think I. I think I shared it on Instagram. It's this video of this little girl and somebody is sitting on the floor, and she start like putting her hands on it. No, Rona. She put her hands on the person's head and she started, speaking in tongues. So she ran like she had these little heels on. Mama had ran over there by her stuff and she kicked them off real quick and she ran back over there. She was I was laughing so hard because little mama was cutting up. But when she ran to the side and she had kicked off the plastic little heels and went back over here, she meant that. I know I had to share it because I watched it like 10 times. I was in tears. Mama had she had put a prayer on that man, and the person that was recording they was laughing too because she was so serious. And I'm like, look at her with her little plastic heels. She kicked them little babies off. Shit, I seen it on TikTok. If I see it again, I don't know if it's on my page or not. I'll try to share it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Cause that shit was hilarious. She was speaking in tongues, had the little plastic heels. Mama said, cute little girl too. I don't know what prompted them or why she started doing that, but she did it. It's the same girl dancing in church. So you know who I'm talking about on YouTube. It's the same girl in church. I didn't see her dancing in church, but I seen that young man up there singing that song, and that old lady ran up from the congregation up on the pulpit, scaring that little boy. I said, what was wrong? Because she had shot up there, scared the shit out of him. That woman just went up there running. Oh, a cookie tookie dancing in church. I don't think so. I don't think so. I seen her in church. Oh, hold on. Hello?